Smoking causes cancer. Smoking kills. Liquor drinking is injurious to health.
What if the quiet guy at the coffee shop, the one in the wrinkled shirt and worn-out shoes, was actually worth billions? What if the man sweeping the street every morning was once the king of the corporate world? Sounds like the plot of a movie? Well, guess what? It is a movie. And not just any movie. It's Rahasia Miliarder di Balik Wajah Biasa, a gripping, emotional, and wildly dramatic Indonesian series that has taken the internet by storm. This isn't just another rags to riches story. This is a tale of identity, betrayal, family, and the price of power. A man who hides in plain sight. A woman who risks everything for the truth. And secrets so deep, they could destroy lives. Now, before we dive in, yes, this video is a full breakdown of Rahasia Miliarder di Balik Wajah Biasa, covering every episode, every twist, and every tear-jerking moment. But I'm not showing you the full movie. That wouldn't be fair to the creators. Instead, I'll give you a complete, spoiler-filled review, detailed facts, cast information, audience reactions, and where you can watch it legally, because supporting the artists is what keeps great stories like this alive. And hey, if you love your father, hit that subscribe button right now. If you love your mother, comment, "I love you, Mom," below. Because this story? It's about family. And family is everything. Now, let's get into it. What is Rahasia Miliarder di Balik Wajah Biasa? Rahasia Miliarder di Balik Wajah Biasa, which translates to the billionaire behind an ordinary face, is a 2023 Indonesian drama series that blends elements of mystery, romance, family conflict, and corporate intrigue. It originally aired as a web series on a major Indonesian streaming platform and quickly gained viral status across Southeast Asia, especially on social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels. The show follows the life of Armand Wijaya, a man who appears to be a simple janitor at a luxury hotel in Jakarta. He lives in a small rented room, eats instant noodles, and avoids attention at all costs. But beneath that humble exterior lies a shocking truth. Armand was once the CEO of Wijaya Group, one of Indonesia's largest conglomerates, a man worth over 15 trillion rupiah. After a tragic betrayal that cost him his family, his company, and nearly his life, Armand faked his death and disappeared. For 10 years, he lived in silence, working odd jobs, hiding from the world. But when a young journalist named Dinda Prameswari starts investigating a series of mysterious donations from an anonymous benefactor, she stumbles upon Armand, and unknowingly reignites a war that was never truly over. What follows is a high-stakes game of cat and mouse, where past sins resurface, long-lost children are found, and the truth about power, greed, and redemption is finally revealed. This series isn't just drama, it's a cultural phenomenon. With over 50 million views across platforms, it sparked national conversations about wealth inequality, family loyalty, and the masks people wear every day. It's been called, the Indonesian Parasite meets the Count of Monte Cristo, and honestly, that's not an exaggeration. Now, let's talk about the people who made this masterpiece possible. Cast and crew. The brains and faces behind the drama. First up, the cast. This is where Rahasia Miliarder truly shines. Every actor delivers a performance so raw and real, you'll forget you're watching a drama. Armand Wijaya, played by Reza Rahadian, one of Indonesia's most respected actors. Known for his roles in Habibi and Anan, Arisan. And the dancer, Reza brings a quiet intensity to Armand. His ability to convey pain, intelligence, and restraint with just a look is what makes this character unforgettable. You believe every second of his transformation, from powerful tycoon to broken man to avenging force. Dinda Prameswari, portrayed by Chelsea Islan, a rising star in Indonesian cinema. Chelsea's performance is fiery, compassionate, and deeply human. As a young investigative journalist with her own family struggles, Dinda becomes Armand's unlikely ally, and eventually, the key to unlocking the truth. Her chemistry with Reza is electric, and their mentor-student dynamic adds emotional depth to the story. Daniel Wijaya, Armand's younger brother and the current CEO of Wijaya Group. Played by Vino G. Bastian, Daniel is the show's most complex antagonist. He didn't just steal his brother's company, he convinced the world Armand was dead. But was it pure greed? Or was there more to the story? Vino delivers a layered performance, showing moments of guilt, fear, and even love, making Daniel more than just a villain. Maya Wijaya, Armand's estranged wife, played by Marsha Timothy. Maya believed her husband was dead and moved on, remarrying and raising their daughter, Nisa. But when Armand reappears, her world shatters. Marsha's portrayal of a woman torn between duty, love, and betrayal is heartbreaking. Every tear, every hesitation, it's all real. Nisa Wijaya, Armand and Maya's daughter, played by Aurora Ribeiro. Nisa is a rebellious college student who resents her mother and the perfect life she was forced into. When she discovers the truth about her father, her journey from anger to acceptance becomes one of the most powerful arcs in the series. Supporting roles include Lukman Sardi as the corrupt police commissioner involved in the original cover-up, Tio Pacusadevo as a loyal former employee of Armand who helps him from the shadows, and Happy Salma as a mysterious businesswoman with ties to the Wijaya family's past. Now, behind the camera, the creative team. The series was directed by Riri Riza, a name synonymous with quality Indonesian cinema. Known for Laskar Pelangi and Athira, Riri brings his signature emotional depth and visual storytelling to Rahasia Miliarder. His direction balances intimate character moments with sweeping cinematic shots, especially in flashback sequences that show the glory days of Wijaya Group. The screenplay was written by Tishan Wadamina, who also created the hit series Cinta di Langit Taj Mahal. Her writing is sharp, layered, and unafraid to tackle tough themes. The dialogue feels natural, the twists are earned, and the pacing, while dramatic, never feels rushed. The music score, composed by Aryo Hendarwan, adds another layer of emotion. From haunting piano themes during Armand's isolation to intense orchestral swells during confrontations, the soundtrack elevates every scene. And let's not forget the cinematography. Shot in Jakarta, Bandung, and Yogyakarta, the visuals contrast the opulence of the Wijaya estate with the gritty realism of Armand's hidden life. The use of lighting, warm tones for memory scenes, cold blues for the present, subtly reinforces the emotional tone. This is not just a soap opera. This is premium drama. And it shows. Box office and streaming success. A cultural tsunami. Rahasia Miliarder di Balik Wajah Biasa wasn't just a critical success. It was a commercial juggernaut. Originally released as a 12-episode web series on Video, one of Indonesia's top streaming platforms, it became the most watched original series in the platform's history within just 3 weeks of release. Total views across all episodes, over 68 million. Average watch time per episode, 42 minutes, which is huge for a web series, especially one that runs over 45 minutes per episode. Most viewers didn't just dip in, they binged. The series also broke records on YouTube, where official clips, trailers, and fan edits racked up over 35 million views. Hashtags like #Rahasia Miliarder and #Armand Wijaya trended for weeks on Twitter and Instagram. But the real proof of its impact? The memes. From, "Bro, are you a billionaire hiding as a janitor?" to, "My dad says he works at a bank. But what if he's actually Armand Wijaya?" The internet went wild. TikTok creators made skits, reaction videos, and even, "Which character are you?" quizzes that spread like wildfire. Internationally, the series gained traction in Malaysia, Singapore, the Philippines, and even among Indonesian diaspora in the US and Australia. Subtitled versions were shared widely, and Netflix was rumored to be in talks for global distribution, though nothing has been confirmed yet. Financially, the series reportedly cost 15 billion Indonesian rupiahs, about $1 million USD, to produce, a massive budget for an Indonesian web series. But the return? Estimated at over 120 billion Indonesian rupiahs in ad revenue, sponsorships, and licensing deals. It also boosted tourism. The fictional Grand Wijaya Hotel was filmed at the Real Hotel Indonesia Kempinski in Jakarta, and room bookings there increased by 40% during the series' run. Merchandise? Yes. T-shirts with quotes like, "The billionaire behind an ordinary face," sold out in days. And awards? At the 2024 Indonesian Film Festival, Rahasia Miliarder won Best Web Series, Best Actor, Reza Rahadian, Best Director, Riri Riza, and Best Screenplay. This wasn't just a show. It was a movement. Audience reactions, tears, theories, and total obsession. Let's talk about what people are saying. On IMDb, the series holds a 8.7/10 rating from over 12,000 users. On Letterboxd, it's praised as a masterclass in emotional storytelling and the most Indonesian story ever told. But the real magic? The fan reactions. On YouTube, comment sections under fan uploads are flooded with messages like, "I cried for 20 minutes after episode 8. My eyes are still swollen. This show made me call my dad and say I love him for the first time in years. I used to think rich people don't suffer. This changed my mind." Parents are saying it opened up conversations with their kids. Couples are saying it made them reevaluate their relationships. And yes, many are saying it made them question if their quiet neighbor is actually a secret billionaire. One viral TikTok video shows a woman filming her father, who works as a security guard, and captioning it, "Dad, if you're actually Armand Wijaya, it's okay. I'll still love you." It got 5 million likes. Online forums are filled with theories. Was Armand's death really a setup by his brother? Did Maya know the truth all along? What happened to the missing Wijaya Group funds? And of course, there's the shipping. Hashtag Armand x Dinda was trending for weeks, even though their relationship is strictly platonic. Fans loved the father-daughter energy between them. But the most touching reaction? The real-life impact. After the series aired, several Indonesian charities reported a surge in anonymous donations, some even signed with, "From a man in a simple shirt." One donor left a note, "Armand taught me that helping doesn't require a name." That's the power of storytelling. Scene-by-scene breakdown. The full story explained. Alright, buckle up. This is the main event. We're going episode by episode, breaking down the plot, the twists, the emotional beats, and the hidden details you might have missed. Let's start from the beginning. Episode 1. The Janitor. We open with a sweeping shot of Jakarta at dawn. The city wakes up. Traffic, lights, movement. Cut to a modest room. A man wakes up, stretches, and puts on a gray uniform. This is Armand. He walks to work, the Grand Wijaya Hotel, where he cleans floors, empties trash, and avoids eye contact. We see how people treat him: ignored, disrespected, even mocked by a young guest who spills coffee and blames him. But then, small moments. He helps an elderly woman carry her bag. He leaves extra towels for a sick guest. He donates his lunch to a street kid. At night, he returns home, eats instant noodles, and watches old news clips about the tragic death of Armand Wijaya, CEO of Wijaya Group, in a helicopter crash 10 years ago. Flashback. A younger Armand, in a sharp suit, giving a speech at a gala. Applause. Respect. Power. Back to present. He opens a hidden compartment in his floorboard. Inside, a USB drive, a photo of a little girl, and a gold watch engraved, "To A, with love, M." He stares at the photo. His daughter, Nisa. Meanwhile, in a modern apartment, Dinda Prameswari is arguing with her editor. She wants to investigate a series of anonymous donations to orphanages, always in cash, always untraceable. The editor says it's not hard news. Dinda disagrees. She believes someone is trying to do good without credit. She starts digging. Finds a pattern. Donations always happen after a news story about poverty or corruption. And one recipient mentions, the man who came wore simple clothes. But his shoes. They were expensive. Dinda's interest spikes. She visits the Grand Wijaya Hotel, pretending to be a guest. She sees Armand cleaning. Something about him feels off. She watches him. Notices how he reads The Economist during breaks. How he speaks fluent English when helping a foreign guest. How he walks, not like a janitor, but like a man used to command. She takes a photo. End of episode 1. On-screen text, the first clue. The first suspicion. The first step toward the truth. Episode 2, The Watch. Dinda begins her investigation. She visits the orphanage again, shows the photo of Armand. No, that's not him, says the caretaker. But the man who donated, he wore a watch just like that. Dinda researches the watch. It's a Patek Philippe, worth over 1 billion Indonesian rupiahs. Only 12 were made for Wijaya Group executives. She finds a list of recipients. One name, Armand Wijaya. Her heart stops. She digs deeper. Finds a security photo from the night of the helicopter crash. In the background, a man who looks exactly like Armand, walking away from the wreckage. Impossible. She confronts her editor. He laughs. You're chasing ghosts. But Dinda won't let go. Meanwhile, Armand receives a letter. No return address. Inside, a photo of Nisa, now 19, at university. His hands shake. Flashback, the night of the crash. Armand argues with Daniel. You're stealing from the company. I'll expose you. Daniel pleads. You don't understand the pressure. Gunshot. Smoke. Fire. Armand survives. Escapes. But chooses to disappear. Present. Armand visits a hidden storage unit. Inside, documents, passports, a safe with $5 million in cash. He's not poor. He's hiding. He writes a letter to Nisa. But doesn't send it. Dinda tracks down a former Wijaya Group employee, now a taxi driver. He confirms. Armand was a good man. Daniel, not so much. She returns to the hotel. Sees Armand leaving. Follows him. He enters a small church. Lights a candle. Prays. Dinda watches from outside. End of episode 2. On-screen text, faith. Guilt. Silence. Episode 3, The Daughter. We meet Nisa properly. Rebellious, sarcastic, struggling with identity. She wears black, skips class, argues with her mother, Maya. Maya, now married to a politician, wants Nisa to follow a respectable path. Nisa resents it. She visits her father's grave, or what she thinks is his grave. Leaves flowers. Flashback. Young Nisa, age 9, laughing with Armand. Daddy, will you always protect me? Always, my star. Back to present. Nisa gets a scholarship offer, but it's from Wijaya Foundation, run by Daniel. She refuses. I don't want charity from him. Meanwhile, Dinda shows her editor the evidence. He finally listens. They assign her to investigate the janitor Billionaire. Dinda returns to the hotel. Tries to talk to Armand. You're not who you say you are, she says. Armand doesn't react. Just keeps cleaning. You were on a list of executives. That watch, it's yours. Armand pauses. Looks at her. You don't know what you're playing with. He walks away. That night, Dinda is followed. Her apartment is broken into. Her laptop stolen. She calls the police. But the officer, later revealed to be on Daniel's payroll, dismisses it. Armand sees the news report. He knows Daniel is involved. He makes a decision. He visits Dinda's apartment. Leaves a burner phone on her doorstep. Next morning, she finds it. A message. Stop. For your safety. But Dinda? She calls the number. Armand answers. Who are you? She asks. Silence. Then, someone who lost everything. And doesn't want you to lose anything too. End of episode 3. On-screen text. The truth has a voice. But is the world ready to hear it? Episode 4. The brother, Daniel Wijaya, is introduced in full. Charismatic, powerful, beloved by the public. He gives a speech. Wijaya Group serves the people. But behind closed doors? Cold. Controlling. Paranoid. His assistant hands him a file, security footage from the hotel. A journalist has been asking questions. Daniel watches the clip of Dinda talking to Armand. His face darkens. He makes a call, find out who she is, and make sure she stops. Meanwhile, Maya discovers Nisa's scholarship rejection. She confronts her. You're throwing away your future because of pride. Maya shouts. I'm not proud. I'm loyal. Nisa yells back. To Dad. To his memory. Maya freezes. Later, alone, she opens a locked drawer. Inside, a letter from Armand, written before the crash. If anything happens to me, protect Nisa. And know that I never stopped loving you. Tears fall. Back at the hotel, Armand receives a message from an old contact. They're watching the hotel. You need to move. But he can't leave. Not yet. Dinda ignores his warning. She publishes a small article. Is the Grand Wijaya janitor a missing billionaire? It goes viral. Daniel sees it. Smiles. He calls a press conference. This is a hoax. Armand Wijaya is dead. My brother died a hero. But in private, he orders a team to handle the janitor. That night, Armand is attacked in an alley. Beaten. Left bleeding. He survives. Barely. Dinda finds out. Rushes to the hospital. She sees him, bruised, weak, but alive. She sits by his bed. You're him, aren't you? She whispers. Armand opens his eyes. Yes, he says. I am. End of episode 4. On-screen text. The truth is out. The war begins. Episode 5. The return. Armand recovers. Dinda helps him hide. They form an alliance. She wants the truth. He wants justice and to see his daughter. They begin gathering evidence. Bank records. Security footage. Testimonies. They find a former pilot who survived the crash, hidden in a remote village. He confirms. Daniel shot the co-pilot. Armand jumped before the explosion. They have proof. But Daniel is one step ahead. He leaks fake news. Journalist Dinda Prameswari arrested for spreading false information. It's a lie, but the public believes it. Dinda is suspended. Meanwhile, Nisa sees the news about the fake janitor. She's confused. Visits her mother. Mom, was Dad really a billionaire? Maya breaks down. Yes. And your uncle, he took everything. Nisa is stunned. She visits the hotel. Asks to see Armand. But he's gone. Daniel has issued a warrant for Armand's arrest, for fraud and identity theft. Armand is now a fugitive. He and Dinda go underground. They meet Pak Booty, Armand's former driver, now a street food vendor. He helps them. Armand records a video confession. My name is Armand Wijaya. I did not die. My brother tried to kill me. Dinda uploads it. It spreads like wildfire. End of episode 5. On-screen text. The people have spoken. The truth cannot be silenced. Episode 6 to 12. The climax. Over the next 6 episodes, the story accelerates. Episode 6. Public outrage grows. Protests outside Wijaya Group. Daniel fights back with PR, bribes, and threats. Episode 7. Nisa finds Armand. Their reunion is emotional. You left me, she says. I thought you were dead, he replies. They begin to heal. Episode 8. Maya leaves her husband and joins Armand's side. Daniel tries to bribe her. She slaps him. You stole my husband. You won't take my daughter. Episode 9. The police commissioner is exposed. Arrested. Daniel flees. Episode 10. Armand files a lawsuit. Wajaya Group is frozen. Shareholders demand answers. Episode 11. Final confrontation. Armand and Daniel meet. No guns. Just words. Why? Armand asks. Daniel breaks down. I was always in your shadow. I just wanted to be enough. Episode 12. Epilogue. Armand returns as CEO, but sells the company. Donates most of the wealth. Opens a foundation for victims of corporate crime. Dinda wins a journalism award. Nisa studies law. Maya opens a small bookstore. Armand visits his old janitor uniform. Smiles. Final scene. Armand walks into the sunrise. A free man. On-screen text. The greatest wealth is not money. It's peace. Themes and hidden messages. This series isn't just about drama. It's about ideas. Identity. Who are we when no one is watching? Redemption. Can a broken man rebuild? Family. Blood doesn't always mean loyalty. Power. How easily it corrupts. How hard it is to walk away. Media. The role of truth in a world of lies. And the title? Rahasia Milliarder di Balik Wajah Biasa. It's a metaphor. We all wear masks. Some hide pain. Some hide guilt. Some hide love. Where to watch legally? If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. But watch it the right way. Rahasia Milliarder di Balik Wajah Biasa is available legally on video with a subscription. You can also rent individual episodes on Google Play Movies and Apple TV. Support the creators. Support Indonesian cinema. Watch it legally. Final thoughts. This series is more than entertainment. It's a mirror. It asks, what would you do if you lost everything? How would you rebuild? And who would you become? Reza Rahadian delivers a career-defining performance. The writing is tight. The emotions are real. And the message? Timeless. If you love your father, subscribe to MN Media. If you love your mother, comment, I love you mom, below. And if you've made it this far, thank you. You're part of this story now. Don't forget to watch our next video. The Secret Life of Rich People in Indonesia, True Stories that Inspired Rahasia Milliarder, where we explore real-life cases of billionaires who disappeared and reappeared years later. Until then, stay curious. Stay kind. And remember, sometimes, the most powerful people are the ones who choose to be invisible. See you in the next one.